Alright boys, welcome back. I'm going to be breaking down exactly how I took this trade to get my first max profit day on these accounts and start to actually pass them so we can start working for the payout. So if we actually come back in price and actually look at market open, which was right here, right? Market open is right here at 8:30 a.m. You can see at the bottom of the screen here, right? 8:30 a.m. We had actually come down and swept London low right away. So one of the things that price wanted to do was either come up and tap London high or start to get a rebalance of price. If we actually take the range from here to here, we'll see that we have been reacting off the 705 zone multiple times. Now you could have gone and right ahead and just set a limit here with a stop above the high and you would have gotten in perfectly. Obviously that's a little bit harder to do. Like my balls are big but not that big, you know. You gotta have some Jewish balls in order to do that. So we came back up, and one trade that you could have easily done already is come up and actually take a trade off of the golden pocket and take these longs up to this level. It would have gave you about a 1 to 3, right? So that would have been a good first trade. I actually didn't catch that because I was bearish. If we get rid of that, we know that this is going to be an important level. The more important thing that we're going to have to focus on is after this leg up to this level, are we going to continue? And as you can see, price comes down, and in the video you'll actually see I missed my original entry. I wanted to see this level get tapped one more time and then I would have taken the puts, and I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous that we weren't gonna get that, but it's okay because ultimately I knew that the draw was what if we went to and did a weekly analysis, guys. I made a video about this on my TikTok. I am pretty sure that we are about to start dumping to shit within the next couple of months here, and the daily low was something that I really wanted to do. On top of that, while having NQ over here, I saw that on the hourly time frame, NQ came up and swept all these internal highs right here and left a relative equal high at the hourly high. That was a little bit scary because obviously we're gonna have to come up and at some point get that. But if we look at the hourly on ES, right, we're actually tapping into a fair value gap. We tapped into this fair value gap that was left behind, an inverse fair value gap, but not sweeping the high. So immediately, right, we have an SMT at these highs, right? So that's already one confluence lining up. Then if we go down to a lower time frame, we just got this move up, which is respecting the 7.05. I wanted to originally get an entry over here, but knowing how the 0.5 works, if you guys don't know, and I'll explain in the video as well, the 0.5 is probably the most commonly bounced off level because it's the lowest. And when the 0.5 is the only fib level to really get touched, it means that we are about to dump to shit. Like price is about to either impulse, like literally throw, not a, you know, those small little blue impulses. I'm talking about the big purple impulses, and we're boom. Huh? My bad. So yeah, we actually got a reaction off of the 0.5, and I got in for only 2 cons, but then when I realized that we're not gonna come up and tap this level anymore, I got in for the full size. And then the delivery today was just picture perfect, no real struggle. My first level was actually at the -1 here, but I held it just a little bit longer so I can get a full max profit day. Remember that these aren't even live fundeds, these are just bare fundeds, so I'm trying to pass them as fast as possible, you know what I mean? It's been a little bit hard because I haven't been able to get my perfect entries, but it was a pretty easy day today. And as you can see here, like now we came back up, we refilled this price balance again. This 0.5 is being respected, but we actually got tapped into the 618, and then boom, like price is just going down with my target actually being low of day. Like I think we're gonna go low of day. I actually think we're gonna go right past that. Like this is going to be a big draw level. As you can see here, my levels are starting to line up. This -3.25 is starting to line up with the -2, so this is going to be like a really key level, and I could trade again, but there's literally no point because like making more profit on the day is not going to do anything for me. But yeah, that's about it for this. You're actually going to see the live execution right about now. Just kidding, right before we get into the live execution, let's do the verse of the day. Why sell put a nigga 6 feet? I ain't begging when I tell a bitch please. Wire just hit my account, never seen that amount. Oh god, I'm geeked. Been on the charge for 500 weeks, so somebody love when I speak. I don't care how wet I get her, she won't catch me. 325 on the dashboard, riding a Porsche, rocking Tom Ford, rocking her bed with a headboard. What? Buying a Louis and Christian Dior. So I'm looking at this, and we're starting to get a giant SMT on ES. As you can see here, we're tapping into this hourly gap, but on NQ, we're about to take this high. So that's a good sign for puts. I definitely want to see the high get swept first before I even can do anything. Luckily for us, it's literally like the most recent high. We could also go ahead and take this and see that this is gonna respect the golden pocket. If it does, it doesn't go higher. So this is lining up with the 2.0 or the daily low as well. So my targets are starting to line up. We're just gonna have to be very, very patient and try to get the correct entry. That's gonna be the biggest thing. I'm also noticing that price is getting pretty bullish here, so I definitely don't want to be the one that you know chooses puts over calls. There's my first initial reaction of the golden pocket. We're gonna see if it holds. So it's not really holding. We're gonna be very cautious here. Make sure that we have the right draw. This price is looking pretty bullish. If we start wicking on this golden pocket again, then I'm gonna pretty much enter. Being very cautious to fill this and keep going higher. I'm still looking to get an entry here. Hopefully price doesn't leave without me, boys. But it's literally going to shit. Literally without me. That's crazy. But at some point we're gonna have to come back and fill price again. Maybe we get in at the 50% mark. 50-point stop. Playing towards these lows. NQ is reacting off this 0.5. Actually, it hasn't touched again, but the first initial time it reacted off of this 0.5. I'm hoping that the second time that it goes up here, like, we can get in, because we haven't tapped it on either. Like, we have this 0.5 level sitting right here. More importantly, we have this 0.61 0.705 or golden pocket sitting up here on a higher time frame, and then we have these smaller time frame golden pockets as well. As long as I can get a fill like somewhere over here, I'll be happy. Here's the original 0.5, which we're starting to get a reaction off of. I'm actually gonna go ahead and place a sell limit right here. We'll do two cons right here, because I think we're gonna get a better fill, like a better price fill. I think we'll come up and tap this 0.705 over here. 0.618 is holding over here. Okay, we're in for sure this trade. We can always size in, pushing for the -1. If this 0.5 holds, we're sizing in full. It's looking like we are gonna hold. Just trying to be a little bit patient here. We know the draws are going down lower, so if anything we can let's go ahead and get in for more. Here she goes. If anything, we can come up. If we do come up, we can come in and size a little bit more, a little bit heavier. We're gonna push this just a tad bit down, try to get a full max profit day, but we're gonna be very wary. Keep using that word, wary. So if we look at this now, right, we respected the 0.5, which means this probably is going to be pretty aggressive. This move down should be pretty aggressive with almost like no resistance, usually when the 0.5 gets respected like that. We're going to move this stop down to 50 points instead of all the way to the high. Realistically, if we come up here, like, we should not push past this key level, if anything. Now we can sit back, guys. So aggressive. That's great. We want to see this keep moving down. We want to come here real quick. Let's play some music while we wait. -2 is lining up with this -1, so this is definitely the main draw. We're gonna be very cautious once we hit this level. Like, this level is my main draw, so if we're able to come all the way down to this level, like, price will technically be balanced. I personally wanted to tap this level so I can get a full profit day, right? And we can pass the funded and start going for the full payout. But if we don't get that, the price is technically balanced here, and we're gonna be very cautious and try to take profits on the day. It also looks pretty good because for starters, like, we'll sweep this level, and then it would be an SMT here. Hopefully it doesn't hold, obviously, but I really want to see daily low get swept either way, so I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to come all the way down. Go ahead and do the daily verse while we're waiting, boys. James chapter 1 verse 5 says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally without reproach, and it will be given to him." Guys, if you need help with something, just talk to God. Talk to God. You're not going to understand how or why it's going to come, but it will come. An example of this is I have begged and begged and begged, "Lord, I need to be better at being alone. Lord, I need to be better at being alone." My friends are non-existent. Sometimes it's literally just me throughout the day, and I struggle with that. But it's helped me more. It's helped me more be at peace at just being alone and being alone and being alone. Yo, this is Aura. I'm reading like the little description thing. It says, "Consider the historical example of King Solomon, who, when given the chance to ask for anything, he chose wisdom." Okay. One of my favorite things to say is like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm naive." Like, oh, it's not that I'm dumb. I just don't know because I'm innocent in that sense and am innocent in whatever we're talking about. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with not knowing. Like me, I'm sometimes I'm scared to pray or open up my Bible. It's like, bro, it's just a conversation with your inner self. That's it. All right, so here price is technically balanced. So we're gonna be pretty cautious and make sure that, you know, we at least lock some profit on the day. This is where I can already feel my nerves kick in a little bit. It's gonna take me 2 more days, but the second day, as long as it's a full profit day, the third day should only be like 200 bucks. Maybe I get it in like Asia session, so you know, we'll never know. I might put me in M in some bitch boat. Hey, little bro, hit this stick and start getting low. I spent 500 racks on a Lambo and didn't even know how to make the motherfucker go. I feel like a tourist. I'm the one from the bottom who sold out my pound and them pounds used to drive in the mirror. All right, gentlemen, TP live execution. Come on.